They'll deal our hand. They'll say that we went off track, off roads we ran. Getting lost was the best.
Yo guys, and welcome to another Dark Rain video. This time I'm going to be showing you how I've been using a burst damage loadout for electricity. Now the problem with electricity and burst damage is you cannot have one single dot on your bar running at any one time. If you do, it negates the weapon mastery crit bonus that you receive. So there's absolutely no point in having that dot on because it just reduces the amount of damage you can cause with your burst damage. So in short, your options are limited. So what did I run with? So the loadout consists of wired, arc lightning, circuit breaker, shockwave, neo venom boost, and the disgustingly amateur robot sidekick. I hate that thing, but because electricity is so limited with options when it comes to burst, you may as well have something on the bar that is doing additional damage that you don't have to work for. So how am I using this loadout in combat? Basically, whenever I approach a new group of enemies, I'll start off with arc lightning, clipped by neo venom boost and wired. This ensures my electrified PI is down on all the enemies. Whilst you could use just wired, it doesn't spread the power interaction as effectively as arc lightning will. Once your PI has been applied, it's simply a case of rotating through weapon mastery and hitting shockwave at the appropriate time. It does outstanding burst damage, it hits really hard, but you must ensure that your power interaction of the enemy being electrified is up. Now if you're not sure if it's up or not, an easy way to tell is that power interactions typically last for 12 seconds. So if you hit arc lightning and clip it with wired, when wired's off cooldown, you will know that the likelihood is that PI has dropped, as wired's cooldown is exactly 12 seconds. So some advantages to burst damage. I mean, what are there? In low level content, it means you're likely to do more damage as enemies die very quickly. In content such as this, however, it doesn't really matter whether you're rolling the awesome mechanic or burst damage. I prefer the awesome mechanic as it's more fun. Another advantage to this is that it's extremely easy to use. There is nothing clever about what I'm doing. I'm simply laying down a PI, throwing in neo venom boost whenever it's off cooldown, and spamming shockwave at the appropriate time when you're doing weapon mastery. It punches out so much damage, it's borderline ridiculous. It is so easy, guys. Really effortless DPSing. A bit of a, not a disadvantage, but it's more of a con. When you're using a loadout like this with electricity to DPS high level content, it is very, very boring. You're literally just cycling through your weapon mastery and hitting one move. You could have other moves on the bar, but frankly they don't hit as hard. You could maybe use static push, or electrostatic bomb, or spark barrage, but it doesn't matter. They need the polarized power interaction in order to hit harder, but static push lays that down, then hits harder anyway once that PI's down. So you may as well just spam static push. I just wanted to try an electrified burst loadout. And it is more fun than just spamming static push because you've got nothing to set up. But like I've said, it's very, very easy but very boring at the same time. Like I've already said, this loadout will cause exceptional damage, especially if you keep circuit breaker rotating around. Yes, it only lasts for 12 seconds, but it boosts the damage of your weapon attacks considerably, so keep it going. You could replace it with something like Tesla Ball or something else to change the loadout about, but it won't do more damage than this loadout. And when Tesla Ball is active, it behaves like other dots. It negates your weapon mastery crit bonus as long as that Tesla Ball is in the air. So it's not worth running on a burst damage loadout, I'm afraid. Whilst I'm not a fan of scoreboard watching, it is a useful way to measure how effective a particular loadout is, especially if you know the typical amount of damage your DPS does. Here you can see it does reasonable damage over, say, a 25-minute time period. That's all this time, guys. We are Dark Rain, and as always, we'll see you in game.